Patch 5 for Taxi Life, a city driving simulator, has been released, so let me take you through everything that you need to know, from features to quality of life changes and bug fixes as well. So let's start with those new features. First of all, console players, you'll be happy to know you finally have your steering wheel support, and it also has up to 5 additional devices can be connected and used with Taxi Life. Another new feature is the photo mode, so you can change the likes of angle from -180 to positive 180 degrees, zoom from 0.6 times to 4.0 times, filters which include non, sepia, cinematic 1, cinematic 2, duotone, and vintage, as well as being able to change grain, contrast, temperature, saturation, exposure, aperture, and focus distance. You will need to use your platform screenshot capability to actually save them, as in-game there's no actual way to save them. So if you're on Steam, for example, on PC, you'll have to use the F12 and then access the screenshot via Steam. They've also added the driving score, so the tutorial you got when you create a new save, that's basically in its separate element. If you have been away for a while and want a bit of a refresher of what exactly to do, that is there as well. And for PC only, they've also added mouse steering, which can be accessed through settings, controls, and can be toggled on or off. Consoles, you specifically have a performance mode which is found in graphical settings, and it is off by default, and this means that the game will run at 30 FPS. When switching performance mode to on, it will be easier for players on consoles to reach 60 FPS at the cost of reduced graphical fidelity. That's all the new features that they've added. As for the quality of life changes, there is an option to hide the HUD and center dot through system settings, video, presence of HUD, and there's also an alternative quick look feature. So the quick look feature remains unchanged, but its accessibility is being improved. Previously, players had to press the left button to use quick looks, but wasn't ideal for those who don't need to look around often but rely heavily on quick looks, for example glancing left or right when turning. So quick look off means that the right stick for free look and then left button plus the right stick for a quick look. But just bear in mind, you don't hold it, it's just a quick push of the stick to the right or to the left in order to do it, because as soon as you let go of the stick, that's when it will change that view. And this is basically what it is by default and what we're all used to up to this point. However, if you have quick look on, it's reversed. So the right stick is for quick look without having to press the left button, and then if you're holding left button plus the right stick for free look. And this quick look is available in the settings menu. And that's it for quality of life changes. Now on to bug fixes. First of all, pedestrians. Pedestrians walking loops at narrow crosswalks in 2 districts have been fixed. Pedestrians now stop at red lights when crossing in certain districts. Pedestrians no longer pass through trees next to the umbilical. Issues with pedestrians navigating the stairs along Passage Martilema have been resolved. Pedestrians no longer pass through walls at specific spots on De Rosa Sensat. Clipping of terrain in the middle of Passage de Joan de Bourbeau has been fixed. Pedestrians no longer clip through trees next to Plaza de Porvilla. Clipping with a low fence at the entrance to Roda de Sant Antoni has been addressed. Pedestrians sitting at tables near the cafe no longer clip into buildings in the alley between Carrer de Tamarit and Roda de Sant Pau. Clipping with buildings at Passage de Circunvalació has been resolved. Pedestrians no longer clip through the pavement when walking across train tracks. Low obstacle collision issues for pedestrians have been fixed. Pedestrians can now cross the street on Carrer de la Drassana without issue, as well as floating and clipping issues near the garage have been addressed. For AI vehicles, cars no longer attempt U-turns on Carrer de Freixeles and drive into Santa Catarina. AI vehicles no longer drive onto walls after big roadworks spawn on Avenida Marquez Argentina. AI cars no longer block each other near the military parish church of Sutudula. Blocking issues with AI cars turning onto Carrer de la Princesa have been resolved. And for miscellaneous changes, the game no longer crashes during the cutscene of picking up a challenge client after prolonged gameplay. The dot at the center of the screen now fades out correctly when using third-person camera view. The correct voiceover plays for the female client during dialogue about the bug on the window. The select button no longer resets on-off settings. The device type now stays on the selected device after quitting the settings menu. The hints relating to the special button press can no longer be triggered in the pause menu. The redundant open and close square brackets have been removed from the earning graph paragraph when the language is set to Spanish. The shift up and shift down translations on the control screen have been corrected for the Catalonian language. Weight and gearbox are now properly displayed in the parts tab. Debug springs no longer appear when switching tabs in the radio menu using the steering wheel. The speed limit settings on the main road between Zone 5 and Zone 2 have been fixed, and the placeholder strings no longer appear in the quit game confirmation window. Now that's all the bug fixes. They have briefly mentioned that post patch 5 that there will be DLC and more vehicles being worked on, and more info on that after patch 5 at some point. And that is it. That is everything you need to know about patch 5 in Taxi Life, a city driving simulator. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the update, and if you'd like to see more content like this one, make sure you are subscribed. I'll be continuing making sure you're all up to date on new Taxi Life news, as well as other racing and simulation updates and news. So if that interests you, stick around and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.